um, we've been really lucky to get artist residencies, and those become this really conducive environment for us where we have just focused time to kind of dig through and mine new work. So I think from like a broad kind of making standpoint, like those have been really deeply valuable for us. And being a part of artist communities, right? That there's a support in artist communities that is kind of unparalleled. In the same way that it feels like uh, going to school and like the studio mates you have at school is like that same supportive environment. And so that's been a really rich place for us to be making and to have access to.
Yeah, and I also think that like Jonas leaving Chicago, like moving away, that like us ending up not being in the same place was actually probably the most important thing that happened in our practice in a lot of ways, because up until that moment, we had started kind of toeing into the video work, but we had really kind of fallen into this way of making where we would get a project, like it would kind of fall within a certain set of parameters. Like we wouldn't really have to think outside of what we had kind of really dialed in as like a thing to, and the thing might have looked different than the thing before, but essentially it was the same thing over and over and over again. And so and we were both feeling like, I think, kind of stuck in that and frustrated with that. And like, and then he moved and we couldn't make that kind of work anymore just because of the nature of proximity. And so neither of us made anything for like 6 months. It felt super traumatic, like super traumatic. Because we had been working like nonstop for 2 straight years, like just churning out work. And so all of a sudden it was just like, we're not in the same space anymore. How do we do this? And so it was a 6-month period where we did nothing, like even in our personal studios. And I think that moment of processing like radically shifted the way that we thought about our practice. And that also, I think that in a lot of ways, it really made us both realize that it was a priority as well, that it felt important to continue it, because we easily could have just been like, I don't know, like it's
not convenient.
It's not convenient. Let's not do it anymore. But I think that it was this moment that really galvanized the studio practice in a way that has allowed us to maintain it for 10 years.
Yeah.